Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is I.S.U.P.K. Indianapolis Sabbath service. You understand? Hosting the Potters of Alibi. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the service. La Yashala, which means to Israel. All right, Imagine, which means to stand. Wapun Hakwadum means turn and face east. And do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Aba'ab, Radazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathanlanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kabawak Banawa, Kasalak Banawa, Kabawak Banawa, Wala'ah, Dabayanawa, Bunasai 1, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Wadapara, Wa'aiwalungum, Alman. Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever, so be it. Prayer for the Hakat, the power. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Babakushai, Nathan Lanawa, Hakat, Hakat, La Rapa'ah, Kal Makala, Wakal Marawa, Hakat, La Tahar, Amatazarayim, Hakat, La Hakim, Hamathim, Hakat, Awakarawaf, Atama Allah, Lagarshan, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Tawada Aman. Prayer for the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Prayer for the blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Miyaka Allah, Wa Lahayim, Matazabiyah, Alawap Yohanna, Ha Alawapium, Ha Sarunium, Ha Quatazayanium, Ha Kayayanium, Waha Aquapium, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the water Aman. In English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahariam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shemarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Sharamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Zalka, Al, Yad, Yamyaka, Yaramam, Hashemash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Napaska, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wabawa'aka, Mayatha, I will lum. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the English. Alahayim, Al-Damayah, Lakah, Al-Thakarash, Wa'al, Dashakwat, Al, GEN.YAHANNA, Awayap, Salaki, Awayap, Awayayaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Alamaka, Ya'iwayawa, Sawada, Wayatha, Ya'itazawa, Al, Tazawapunka, Armawa, Lakawa, Wanakidam, Magawa, Wala'ah, Yazakah, Sham, Yasha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Na'itazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al-Yaka, Baryath, Yakawathwa, Alahaya, Adawam, Wa Yashamai, Alahayim, Moa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wa'imawan, Wa'imalak, Shalaki, Wa'imalak, Palashath, Ain, Yeshabia, Tazawar, Gum, Ashawar, Nalawak, Ima, Ayawa, Zara'ai, Labanya, Lawat, Selah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadyan, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabyan, Banaka'al, Kayashwan, Namashwa, Bayan, the Ira, Ayawa, the Mun, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabak, Wakatazar, Mana'ai, Kal, Nisarakamwa, Aishar, Amawa, Nayashwa, Lanawa, Nawath, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagogula, Kakwash, Lapanya, Rawak, Ka'ash, Taba'ira, Ya'ira, Wakalahaba, Dalahat, Ariyam, Khan, Tharadatma, Basa'iraka, Wabasa, Wapatka, the Balaham, Mala'ai, Panyaham, Walawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Aya, Wayakapawa, Wayadawa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shamka, Yahweh, Labaka, Al Yawan, Al, Kal, Haratazar, Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes as Zeba and as Zamunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Build their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Sar, which means to turn. Yeshabia, which means to be seated. So, let me check one thing. All right, we're going to see where we're going to be reading from this week. All right, we left off in Genesis. All right, we're going to start off on Genesis and 50. All right. All right, so we're going to get 7 verses in Hebrew for Genesis, starting at Genesis 50, and then we're going to break it down in English. All right, if you follow along with the Hebrew, you can break out your blue letter Bible, right? Break out your blue letter Bible, and you can follow along in Hebrew, you know. And if you don't know the Hebrew, tune in on Fridays You know, damn near every city got a Friday Hebrew class. This city damn sure has one. So you can tune in on Fridays. You can start learning your Hebrew alphabet. And after you learn the alphabet, you can start putting together words and sounding them out. All right. Let's go to Genesis. You can open up. You don't have to use the Blue Letter Bible. That's just my preferred tool. It's a lot of tools in Hebrew that you can use to read the Bible in Hebrew. All right. This is Genesis chapter 50, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Where I.S.U.P.K. Salaki. What Paul. I.S.U.P. Al Panya. Albunyan. Wa Barak. Wa Barak. Alya. Wa Shak. Lan. Verse 2. Wa Tazan. Wa I.S.U.P. Ath. Adayawa. Ath. Hara Payam. Laka Nasa. Ath. Abayawan. Waya Kanasan. Her Salaki. Hara Payam. Ath. Yasharala. Verse 3. Waya Mala'awa. Salaki. Hey, Shalom, man. How you doing? You should have a seat on this side over here.
You drink Hennessy?
I'm Tawab though.
Okay.
Yeah, I do drink Hennessy. I don't want none this morning though. I appreciate it.
May I have a book?
Bible, yep. There you go. No, sir. All right, we in verse 3. Arabayim. Yawasum Kaya Khan. Yamala Awa. Yamaya. Haka Nasayam. Waya Bara'a. Atawa. Matazarayim. Shabayayam. Yawam.
What book are we reading now?
We in Genesis chapter 50. Now we're in verse 4 in the Hebrew. Waya Abarium. Yamaya. Baka Yatawa. Waya Dabar. Waya Sap. All. Or Salaki. Yawasap. All. Bayath. Para'ith. La'amar. Ath. Na'ah. Mutaza Athia. Khan. Ba'ai Yana ya Ikam Debara Na'a Ba'a Zinaya Para'ith La'amar, verse 5. Abanya, Salakia, Abia, Hasha Baya Anya, La'amar, Hanaka, Salakia, Hana, Anakaya, Math, Salakia, Maha, Bakura, Bakura, Baria, Ashar, Korea, Thaya, Laya, Barataza, Kanaan, Shemaha, Hakwara, Salakia, Ha, Kwabaranaya, wa Ka, Salakia, wa The, wa Ath, wa Atha, Al, Hana'a, wa Aqua, Barath, Ath, Abaya, wa A, Shana Baha, verse 6. Wa ya Amar, Para'ath, Alaha, wa Salakia, wa Kubar, Ath, Abayak, Kashar, Ha, Shaba Ya'ik, verse 7. Wa Ya'al, Yawasap, the Kubar, Ath, Abayan, Shalaki, Abaya, wa Ya'awa, Atawa, Call, Ibadia, Para'ath, Zaquanaya, Bayatawa, Wakal, Zaquanaya, Arataza, Matazariam. All right, that's 7 verses in the Hebrew. Now we're gonna break it down into English. So we're in Genesis chapter 50, verse 1. All right, it says, and Joseph, you want to go ahead and read that? Genesis chapter 50, verse 1.
Yes. Genesis chapter 50, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And Joseph fell.
Uh-huh.
And Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept upon him and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants, the
Physicians,
to
embalm
his father. And the physicians embalmed Israel.
Right. So this is Joseph, right? So we've been on this story a minute. The story of Joseph and how he was sold into captivity by his brothers because they hated him, because Joseph's father, Jacob, whose name was later changed to Israel, loved Joseph. And he gave him, a gift, a very expensive gift during that time. It was a coat of many colors. And his brothers saw him in his coat of many colors. And also Joseph prophesied and said that one day, like, his family would bow down to him being, the youngest, or second to youngest at the time, anyway. Right. So Joseph was one of the younger brothers. And so the brothers, once he told them that, I had a vision and y'all gonna bow down to me, his brothers hated him even more for that. They already hated him because he was his father's favorite. So then they hated him even more when he said, y'all gonna bow down to me. And, in simple terms, he was like, I'm gonna be in charge one day. Imagine, you got a younger brother, and your younger brother come to you like, you 20 and he 5. He like, one day you gonna bow down to me. You gonna need me. I'm gonna be the man. I'm gonna be in charge. And especially during that time, it was about inheritance, and it was brothers. The older brothers were there to not only herd to the cattle and tend to the sheep and all that good stuff, but they were in charge. They was next in line for authority. You know what I mean? So if something happened to the oldest brother, then the next oldest brother would be up. So it was a ranking structure even within families during that time. And a lot of times these days you don't have that same ranking structure. One, because there's no father in the home to begin with to kind of instill that ranking structure. And two, it's just not, we've lost a lot of our culture, like Jeremiah 17:4 says, we're going to discontinue from our inheritance. We don't know what our inheritance is as a nation. So that's why there's no ranking structure in the homes anymore. And the woman is in charge, and the woman can kick the man out the house, and the woman can call the police on the man, and the woman can do this, and the woman can do that. Well, men also got to step up and understand, you sleep with this woman, you are responsible for raising this woman up, raising that family up, right? So long story short, Joseph, he rose in power and he went into Egypt a slave. He came, by the time his father came there, he was second in command only to Pharaoh, right? So the Lord saw fit to raise him up because he didn't abandon the Lord. You know what I mean? He didn't, he had opportunities to sin. He didn't sin. So the Lord was definitely with him. And so he rose up to second in power in all the land of Egypt, saved Egypt. Without Joseph being in Egypt, Egypt would have been destroyed by the 7 years of famine that we went over a couple weeks ago in this story of Joseph. So if you haven't read the story again, I say this every week because we've been on this story, probably seemed like, 6-7 weeks on the story of Joseph. So if you haven't read the story, go back and read the story of Joseph because it's an incredible story, right? So go ahead, you got it.
If I may, why who his father named him after Joseph? He named him Israel.
No, so Joseph is the brother who's the story about. His father is named Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, when he wrestled with the angel, his name was changed from Jacob to Israel. You familiar with that story?
No.
Okay, let's see if we can get that real quick.
So his father's name got changed to Israel?
His father's name got changed to Israel.
Okay. You have a pen?
A pen?
Yes.
Let's see.
Or a pencil or something right
Here you go.
Thank you.
No problem. You got paper for notes?
Yes.
All right, that's right.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna find. We'll get shortly when his name was changed. All right, we won't spend too much time on it, but we'll at least get it so you can be familiar with what happened on that part for sure.
And if you don't mind, what book was that? You just said Jeremiah.
Oh, that scripture?
Yeah.
We'll get that scripture too. Matter of fact, let's get that first, and then we'll come back. We'll come back to Genesis 50. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4.
Seven, 17:4.
17 and 4. Then I'm gonna have you read it when you get it.
Got to
Go ahead, you read.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou even.
So this is written in Old English. So you know, during the times when King James had this translated, he didn't write it. A lot of Christians believe, or a lot of people in the world, they believe that King James wrote the Bible. King James did not write the Bible. The Bible, he authorized the translation of the Bible. So during his era, they spoke in Old English. In the Old English, you know, instead of saying, "Hey, where you going, man?" they would say, "Pardon me, does thou traveleth abroad?" or something weird like that. You know what I mean? That's just the way they spoke. So when you read and though and thou and, you know, thus, and it's just a little bit more difficult, but it's all English and nothing the same. So you just take your time with it.
And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
So what does it mean to discontinue?
Not sure.
Discontinue. What does it mean to continue?
To continue, like to continue with a story.
Now, well, like if you explain to someone who doesn't know what continue mean, what would you say? What does continue mean?
Continue on with your conversation, or continue on whatever they're doing.
Okay, so say I don't understand what continue means. So if you say continue to me, I still won't know what you mean. So if you explain it to me, somebody who's never heard the word continue, how would you explain it?
I really don't know.
So to continue is just to keep going, right? Okay. I mean, just leave it simple. You know what I mean? If you want to continue something, you want to keep going. Let's keep going. Whatever we're doing, keep doing it. Keep going. You know, keep pushing, keep striving. So what does it mean to discontinue?
To stop.
To stop, right? So it's the Bible is saying, read that part again from the top.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
So the Most High gave us this heritage, right? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, your heritage is in this Bible right here. Your heritage is found in these records called the Bible, right? That's your heritage. What does that mean? You inherited the covenants. The Most High gave a covenant. He agreed. You and your forefathers agreed to something. The Most High told Abraham, said, "I will be your God. You will be my people." That covenant went from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob. And all along, the covenant with the Lord's people is he will be our God and we will keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's how you know that we're going to be his people, right? We were chosen as the special people to remain separate and to remain holy, which is what holy means, to be separate. Not like all these other nations eating, you know, bats, getting the coronavirus. Not like, you know, down in the Congo where they eating monkeys, starting, you know, whatever disease. Not over here eating pork, you know, starting the flu. Like all these things where we eat these unlawful animals, like this is how disease is coming to the world, because the Most High said, you know what? Let these other nations in the world do that. You eat, you know, something that split the hoof and cheweth the cud, you know, like a lamb. Like you got a dietary law. You got a law of circumcision. You got a law of separation. You got a law of cleanliness. You got all these things that you're supposed to follow as an Israelite. And the Lord said, if you follow those things, I will be your God. But here in Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4, there's a prophecy. It says, you're going to discontinue that heritage. It's going to come a time where you're not going to know what to do because you sinned against the Lord so much. Like, I'm going to allow it to happen. You're not going to even know that you're an Israelite. That's why in 2020 today, most black people, they think that they African. Even though you can look at an African and say, man, we just don't have the same flavor. We just don't smell the same. We just don't look the same. We just don't act the same. We don't have the same spirit. How can them be my people? and we think we from some long lost tribe that nobody can identify. That's why when you go get these DNA tests, you come up and you find that you know, 50% Sudanese and 5% Ethiopian and 10% from Kenya, and you just mix with a whole bunch of things and it don't mean a damn thing to anybody. Like how do you know your customs and culture if you're a mix of everything? You know what I mean? So you might as well just stay what you are, because that's what black people do now. They just take on the culture of all these different nations because they don't know their culture. They want to celebrate Kwanzaa because they think it'll put them in touch with Mother Africa, when Africa is not the mother of nothing. Civilization started in what you would consider the Fertile Crescent, right? Not in Africa. So I say all this to say that there's a time, that time that we discontinued our heritage has been happening for a long time. But what we're doing in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we're bringing that culture back to back to black people, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Because the prophecy was you would discontinue your inheritance. You wouldn't know who you are. You wouldn't know what to eat. You wouldn't know who your God is. That's why a lot of black people, they look at that picture, that white image of Jesus, or so-called image of Jesus, Caesar Borgia is who it really is, and they worship that thing like he's God. And still today, do you know today it's still Christians that say Christ and God is the same? They push that doctrine. Christ and God is the same thing. So keep going.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Tell me that ain't talking about black people, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We didn't have to serve in the land that we don't know. You got a question?
No,
you blown away? You blown away? No, man, this Bible is full of prophecies, right? Full of prophecies. Like a lot of people, a Christian will read this and it won't even resonate with them. They won't even understand what they just read. They won't know that it's actually talking about them. They'll think it's talking about, the white Jewish man. When ain't no so-called Jew ever been in the Middle East in that zone, originally. They didn't originate from that zone. You get a book called The 13 Tribes. You'll see that those people are descendants of the Khazarian Empire. It's an empire basically of Caucasian men. So anyway, keep going.
All right. For ye have kindled.
You know what it is to kindle?
No.
To start. To like you ever seen them make swords in Japan? You seen some videos of them making swords in Japan?
No.
Well, anyway, they build this big brick like cement oven, and they put in all kind of coals in there, and they got this fan that they pumping the fire up, and the fire getting bluer and bluer and hotter. They kindling that fire. That's what we did to the Most High. We basically started that fire that we kindled was his anger, and we steady fuel it. We fuel it today by sinning, right? Just when you get a chance, go pull up on YouTube someday. It ain't no rush. Someday, just go on YouTube and look at them make that oven, and then they're gonna put raw metal in there and they're gonna make a sword. But before they do that, the Japanese, they have this, because they're famous for sword making, right?
Yes.
And they had this big kiln or this big oven, and it like just lumping coals in there and wood and all kind of stuff. And they got that fan, and they just imagine, like, I sometimes visualize things, and I'm like, man, that's the Lord said that's his anger. You know what I mean? You just, once you see how intense that fire is when they doing it, like, and they just fanning it, and that's what we sitting here doing. And the Lord is making an analogy. He said, man, you have kindled my anger. You know what I mean? And that's the example that I put in my mind, is like every time we go out on the streets and we pick up, a Caucasian woman to sleep with, or East Indian woman, or African woman, or any of these women that's not Israel, like that kindles his fire. Anytime we eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, that kindles his fire. Anytime we lie, anytime we bow down in Christianity, like we kindle in his fire. And all I can visualize is us just spanning that fire, and the Lord is just super hot with us. You know what I mean? So, read that last part.
A fire in mind anger.
And it's anger, right? That's his anger. It's just flaming hot. Keep going.
Which shall burn forever.
It's gonna burn for a long time. It's gonna burn until we stop sinning, until we start following the law, statutes, and commandments that that we spoke about earlier. That covenant, that was our covenant. That's how how we can get out of this captivity. You know how black people can rise in America and all around the world, is start keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the covenant. If we want the Most High to be our God, black people walk around and they be like, man, why are we in the ghetto? Why are we die? Like when somebody get killed in your neighborhood, somebody you grew up with close, it's like, man, where is God at? You know what I mean? You thinking to yourself, how many times you heard people say, man, I don't believe in God, man. If it was a God, why would he let this happen? You ever heard that before?
Yes. People
say, if it was a God, why would he let these things happen to us? Why did my cousin Pookie get shot? Why am I so hungry night in and night out? Why do I have to go to school and don't learn nothing? Instead of learning, I get punched in the face every day by a bully who hates me. Like, if you ever wondered where God is right where he's supposed to be. He's looking down on his children, and he's wanting you to read Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4, and understand that you have kindled his anger, and understand that you're not supposed to follow the Christian church, and understand you're not supposed to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, and understand you're not supposed to sleep with white women, and understand that this is your heritage, and you're supposed to not discontinue your heritage, but continue in your heritage. That's what you're supposed to do. And he's saying, once you do that, then he's going to remember the covenant. He's going to remember the covenant that you did your part. You kept the laws, and he's going to be your God. And that's where God is. He's waiting on you to hold up your end of the bargain. Once you hold up your end of the bargain, once you stop smoking weed, once you stop committing adultery, once you stop doing all the vile, wicked, and disgusting things he said not to do, then he'll show up. But until then, you know what I mean? We're here in America being killed, dying, and suffering on the bottom. It's treated like a, third-class citizen here. So that's it on that. Now, I said that I would take you so you can see where he got his name changed. Let's go to back to Genesis. Well, did you have any questions on that scripture before we move on? Nope, good to go. All right, let's go to Genesis chapter 35, and we can start at verse 9. All right, just so we can continue in the story. If you just logging on for a few minutes, the brother asked when did Jacob get his name changed? And so we're just going to read the scripture just to show the brother. So obviously, it's an important part of history as an Israelite to know who your forefathers is. So Abraham, right? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob's name was changed to Israel. 35. Let's start at 9.
Genesis chapter 35, verse 9. And God appeared unto Jacob again when he came out of Pharaoh, right?
Padanaram.
And blessed him.
Right.
And God said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel.
Right.
Shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel.
You know what Israel means?
Not exactly.
So Israel is Yashar'Allah in the Hebrew. It means prince of the power. So I don't like when people be stopping by that door, man. So prince of the power, meaning.
You right there, teacher?
What's up?
Would you like me to sit right there? Watch the camera.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. But prince of the power, meaning you are now a prince of the power. You can't be the king, but you can be a prince. You know, that's royalty. So you are a prince of the power. And what are sisters? Sisters are princesses of the power. Right. So that's why his name was changed from Jacob to Israel, right? Because he was now a prince of the power.
Continue.
Let's see, any more?
What about the Genesis 50?
No, let's keep going. It gets you a little bit more on Jacob.
And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply.
Did that change at all? Didn't we hear that way back when he created the Garden of Eden? What did he tell Adam?
To be fruitful and multiply.
He said, be fruitful and multiply. So ain't nothing changed between that time, and ain't nothing changed now. The Most High still wants you to be fruitful and multiply. How do you build a nation? You can't build a nation by going into the abortion clinic and aborting your baby 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. You know what I mean? That's not what the Lord said. The Lord said, be fruitful and multiply. The problem is we look at sex as such a casual thing. You know, we went on this radio show one time here in Indianapolis, and we was trying to break it down to the sisters. And you know, we had to get a little rough with the sisters as far as speech, because a lot of Israel, the Bible says that the Lord called us a stiff-necked people, meaning when you hear something that makes sense, but you want to continue in your sin, you discard it. Like, you don't give a damn about knowing right from wrong. Like, why is it wrong for us to say sex is marriage? And why is it more important to have a piece of paper that tells you married than to use up your body over, you know, a dozen men, and then you say, well, this piece of paper is what makes me married? So is the piece of paper more important than your body? That's how we look at it. And for the brothers, why is it so cool just to sleep with a sister and then throw her away? That's not how you build a nation. In fact, that's how you build a nation of whores and whoremongers, right? So that's what brothers and sisters got to understand, man. The things that's coming out of this Bible is critical to build a nation. Perfect example, and then I'm gonna come back to you. Perfect example is this whole coronavirus, right? Any of these epidemics that started due to eating something that we shouldn't have been eating could have been avoided if the dietary law was followed. And guess what, black man? When Israel's in charge, guess what? Ain't nobody gonna be eating rat. The Chinese not gonna eat rat. The Chinese man that comes and eats a rat, guess what? The Most High is gonna put him to death by the hands of the prophets. The Most High is gonna say, you know what? There's Chinese people over in China right now, and they eating rats, cats, dogs, bats, and all this. And guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna go and put them under our boot, under Christ. Because guess what? They don't understand that these animals was not put on earth to be eaten. It's animals on earth for a specific reason. You know what I mean? The Most High said that, you know, you got animals, you know, animals are put in place for, you know, okay, some animals are for meat, right? He already told you in Leviticus, the 11th chapter, these are the animals that you can have, you can eat. These are the things that creepeth on the earth that you cannot eat. And that was it. That's his way of telling you, this is what you can eat, this is what you can't eat. And here's what happens when you eat something that you don't supposed to eat. Coronavirus, flu, Ebola, all these things. And I don't know about Ebola, I just threw that out there. But definitely the coronavirus and definitely the flu. And there's other diseases that's caused by, you know, somebody somewhere eating something, and then it starts an epidemic somewhere. And like, people have to die because you wanted to go eat a bat, right? So that's why it's so important for us to follow these laws, because without the laws, we're going to be like these other nations, and God is not going to be with us. So, but back to my point, the Lord said, "Be fruitful and multiply," which is why it's important that we don't abort babies, and it's important that you don't sleep with sisters and throw them away. Because who wants to raise a kid alone? You know what I mean? What sister wants to, you know, have a kid, have 10 kids, and then you cut out and you don't protect your family, which is what a man should do. A man should be willing to die for his kids and for his family. A man should be willing to put it all on the line to save his woman. Right? That's they are under your protection. You wanted them, now you protect them. Like a lot of sisters get caught up on the whole finances. Man is not only just there. A man can be there for finances if he's in a position to do it. But guess what? A woman can be there for finances too. A woman can be there for finances, but a man has to be there for leadership, for guidance, for protection. That's the whole point, right? Men are stronger than women for a reason, right? If the Lord wanted women to protect men, he would have made them big and bulky and hairy and smelly like men. You know. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to where we at. Oh, you had a question. Go ahead.
If I may, what's the meaning of whoremongers?
Whoremongers is so let's get you got internet on your phone, or you can connect.
No, I'm on Wi-Fi.
Okay, you connect to Wi-Fi. Look up monger. The word monger. A monger. That's a good question. Monger. Let me know. You can just read it when you got it. Monger. You got it?
I go to Google real quick.
No sweat.
Monger.
Mm-hmm.
Monger.
What you got? I got the definition. Oh, you mean let's see.
The word for
Yeah, no sweat. There you go. Go ahead and read that. What you got?
monger.
Uh-huh.
Just the nothing. The
I can read it. I got the example up here.
Okay.
All right. But it says monger, a person who is involved with something in a petty or contemptible way, usually used hold on. It says also a dealer in or trader of a commodity, usually in combination. So like this, fishmonger, cheesemonger, right? A monger is someone who deals in some commodity, or is an example of the definition. It also says to sell, right? So you can, to be a monger of something is like you're a dealer in. So like you can be they wouldn't use this term, but you could be a car monger, right? Someone who deals in cars, interactions and trades. And
monger is a seller.
Monger, you can look at kind of almost like a seller or like a dealer, somebody involved in that, which is probably the best definition if you look at it. So you know what a whore is, right? And then so you know what a whoremonger is. This brother who's a whoremonger deals and trades with women that are whores. You know what I mean? That's his whole MO. Brothers who sleep with women and throw them away, what is he making her? He's making her a whore. Like if he puts her away, he's making her a whore. Because he's not dead, right? The only way a woman is supposed to leave a man is if he dies, right? If he dies, then you are no longer married to that man, obviously, because he's dead. But if a brother takes a sister and he throws her away, meaning like she didn't go whore on him, which is the only way divorce can happen. The only way, if you sleep with a woman, the only way you can leave that woman is if she whores on you. If you leave her for any other reason other than that, then you are a whoremonger. You're making her a whore because you're not dead, and she's going to go lie with another man, and that's it. So that's what whoremongering is. You dealing with women and, and dealing with whorish women. You're constantly like, you sleep with this sister, guess what? You leave her, now she's a whore. You go sleep with another woman. You leave her, now she's a whore. You one night stand this woman, you leave her, guess what? Now she's a whore. She's going to be a whore. Or you're making her a whore. Because now she's going, those women that you left, they're going to sleep with other men. And according to the Bible, you can only sleep with one man lest he die. Then you can have another man. So, you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
You ever read that scripture? All right, we're going to get that. And then we're going to get back to Genesis. All right, so let's get marriage. Let's get marriage real quick. Marriage in the Bible. You got it.
Would you mind to know what a cup is?
A cup. You might have to rinse this little white cup out right there. I don't think we got any.
That's fine.
We're gonna get marriage first. We're gonna get a couple examples of marriage, and then we're gonna get adultery, and then we'll get back to Genesis. All right. So let's get Genesis chapter 24, verse 67.
Genesis again?
Yep, 24 and 67. You get that real quick.
24:67?
Yep.
Genesis chapter 24, verse 67.
Yep.
And Isaac brought her into his mother's.
What's that?
What's that word?
Sarah's
tent, and took Rebecca, and she became his wife.
So was there a preacher in the tent with him? No. Right?
No.
Read it again from the top.
Okay. Genesis chapter 24, verse 67.
Uh-huh.
And Isaac brought her into his mother's tent, Sarah's tent,
mm-hmm.
and took Rebecca.
What does it mean that he took her? Mm-hmm. He lied with her. I mean, like that, it's using plain language, right? Because it ain't saying he went in there, and made love to her all night. It ain't, the Bible ain't really necessarily written like that. And it says he took her, meaning he lied with her. Like there was no pastor in there. There was no ceremony. There was no justice of the peace in there for you to sign a paper, no witnesses. It was, he took her and he loved her and she became his wife. And that's all the scripture said. She became his wife. Let's get another example, right? Let's go to Genesis 29 and 23.
Genesis chapter 29, verse 23. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him. And he went into her.
And he went what?
Into her.
Read it closely.
Read it again.
No, that last part. Read it closely. He went.
And he went into her.
In unto her, right? So he went in unto her, meaning he lied with her, and that was his wife, right? We'll get one more example. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 13. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy what?
21 and 13.
21:13?
Yep.
Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 13. And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her.
Right. So this is speaking about a concubine, right? So if you didn't know, Israel used to war against Israel before we became a kingdom unified under King David, under one kingdom. Israel would battle Israel all the time. So you go see, a brother from the tribe of Judah would go see somebody from the tribe of Benjamin and would say, "Oh, it's on," you know what I mean? And they war and battle and kill each other, right? And so because we were not allowed to sleep with women outside of Israel, we would take concubines, right? And this is for all these, fake camps that say, we're gonna have concubines of other nations. You never in the scriptures found us taking concubines of other nations and it being lawful, right? It's only lawful for you to sleep with women of your own nation. So this scripture right here is referring to taking a concubine from a tribe of your nation that you went to battle with. So go ahead.
And shall remain in thee, right?
In thine
house,
mm-hmm.
and bewail her father and her mother a full month.
So she has a full month to mourn, right? So her father died, her mother died, maybe family members died. Like, give her a month to mourn. You slaughtered her tribe, you've taken her captive, right? Give her a month to mourn. Keep going.
And after that, thou shalt go in unto her and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife.
So that scripture right there is pretty plain. It's telling you, once you go in unto a woman, you're gonna be her husband, and she's gonna be your wife. You can have a ceremony. Ain't nothing wrong with having a ceremony. I wouldn't have a Christian church ceremony with the pastor there because he is not a man of God. I would not, the justice of the peace has no authority under God to, sanctify anything because they are of the house of Satan, right? But you lie with a woman, like the Lord wants you to lie with a woman. The Lord he said it a dozen times, be fruitful and multiply. We just read it.
Yes.
So that's marriage in the Bible. Marriage in the Bible is defined many times over by the scriptures. And once you go in unto a woman, once you lie with a woman, once you take a woman, once you take hold of a woman, you'll hear those terms, right? When you're reading in the scriptures, once you take hold of a woman, once you lie with a woman, once you go in unto her, she shall surely be your wife. So that's in the script. All throughout the scriptures, you will find that of brothers lying with a woman, and they becoming his wife, not by some piece of paper, not by some justice of the peace, not by some Christian pastor, but by you lying with a woman. So going forward, now once you lie with a woman, you lie with any woman, that's your wife. So it's very important that you choose a good woman to lie with. Don't go lie with a woman that likes to smoke crack. Okay, so guess what? She's going to get you to smoke crack. Don't go lie with a heathen woman that's eating, a pork sandwich all the time. Because guess what? You're going to be eating a pork sandwich all the time. Don't go lie with any of these women from any other nations. Don't lie with no loudmouth woman that's going to always, be looking to call the police on you, be going upside your head. No, you find you a nice, humble sister that's willing to take instructions from a righteous brother. And once you find that, that's the woman that you want to lie with. So, all right, so we got marriage. Let's get adultery in the Bible. Let's get adultery real quick. Let's find some scriptures on that. Give me 1 second.
Take your time.
What's that?
I said, take your time. Shalom.
Let's get Leviticus 20 and 10. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus 20 and 10.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulteress, and the adulteress. Is that right?
Oh, sorry. The adulterer and the adulteress.
The adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death.
Man, adultery is a death penalty offense. So all these brothers that you see out on the streets, right? You see a brother, right? He got a sister. You look at that sister like, man, that sister is bad. I'd do anything to get that. Matter of fact, I think I can get it. And you go and find it, you find that sister in the market. She ain't got her man with her. You spit game to that sister, her being a whore. She's like, okay, well, we go back to your spot. And you sleep with that sister. If this was the Lord's kingdom, both of y'all, both the sister who slept with him and the brother who spit game and slept with that sister, they would both be put to death. Right? That's a big thing in the black community. You know what I'm saying? I knocked your shorty off. You know what I'm saying? I had your woman. Your woman, I had a piece of your woman. See, one of the biggest battles was Tupac and Biggie. Kind of perpetuated that whole culture of it's good to sleep with another man's woman when that is a disgusting and vile thing according to the Lord. You know what I mean? The Lord looks on that so evil, so much so that if you're caught, then not only you, but the sister that you slept with is also being put to death because she should have known better too, right? So that's a death penalty offense, and the Lord looks on that as something evil and wicked. And like I said, so much so that if this was His kingdom, you'd be put to death. Like you ain't no going to sacrifice a lamb for this. Ain't no going to pay nothing. You can't pay nothing. You can't sacrifice nothing. You can't beg for enough forgiveness. You sleep with another man's woman, boom, you and her, y'all done. That's it. So that's how much so the Lord looks on that as such an evil thing. Any questions on that, on marriage, adultery?
Only I can acknowledge. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? It would be immediately death. Like,
right.
I didn't know that. So I would be more cautious. You know what I mean? I'll be more cautious of what's going on in the world now.
Listen, that's just like we read in Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. The reason you didn't know that is because we discontinued our heritage. Right? We didn't know. My father didn't teach me that. His father didn't teach him that. I don't imagine my great grandfather, who I only met in his casket. I don't think he taught my granddad that. You know what I mean? So, what Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4 said was so right is that we don't know that, and more importantly, the Christian pastors, they don't teach it. So how would you know? We've been put here as a punishment, right? This is our punishment to not know these things. But the Lord has let prophets back on the earth now in the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. And what you just learned was, what you just said was so heavy. You said, and you were sincere. You said, I didn't know. I'm going to be more careful now. And that's the whole point of coming to class, getting in this Bible, taking back your culture. So the Most High can look down on you one day and say, man, this brother, it's angels recording everything that you do. An angel that you cannot see in another dimension is right next to you, recording everything that you do. When you lie, you're lying. When you eating pork, he see you eating pork. When he's sleeping with another man's woman, he's recording that down. And you have to, everybody has to go and account for their sins on Judgment Day. When you die, you go up to heaven and you're judged before the Most High. And if you lived a horrible, vile, wicked, disgusting life, you might come back with one arm and no legs. You might be born into a family where the Most High said, you know what? His father is going to molest him. His mother is going to be a crackhead. His uncle is going to beat him. You know, you might get shot. Who knows what your life might entail if you don't obey these laws? Who knows? If you hear this truth, you're now responsible for keeping it. So that's heavy that you said that, because now that you know, you can pass it on to another brother in a similar situation. You got a homeboy in the words like, man, you see old boys, girls, so-and-so, I like to get a piece of that. You say, nah, brother, don't do that, man. That's against the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You now have to be the light now that you know it. You now have to what we read earlier, how the Most High's anger has been kindled by us. You now have to put that fire, his anger, you have to help put that fire out. You got to tell brothers, look, don't do that. I'm warning you. You're only going to destroy your life and that sister's life if you do that. The Most High is going to look down on you and be angry, and he's going to destroy you, which is what happens, right? We wonder why certain things happen to us and why we don't, live a good life. Like why our cousin got shot, why we got evicted out of our apartment, is because we being wicked as hell, right? We being wicked as hell as a nation and as individuals too, and bad things happen to you. And sometimes the Lord, even if you're doing right, the Lord will test you with certain things like he did with Job. But it's a difference between a trial and a punishment, right? You following the law, statutes, and commandments, and something happened to you, like, damn, man, that's tough. The Lord want to see if you're going to battle through that like Job did. The Lord want to see if you're willing to stand by him through thick and thin, if you're going to serve him without question. But if you're not keeping the laws and something bad happened to you, that's a punishment, brother. You slept with that brother's woman and you knew it was wrong, the Lord is punishing you. He's like, you's a wicked nigga and you getting punished for this. You want to do that, you getting evicted out of your apartment. I'm going to make sure you get evicted. I'm going to make sure you go out on the streets and have to beg for change. The Lord will do that. The Lord will do that. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. Were we done on that? Yeah, we were. Yeah, let's get that real quick.
Deuteronomy again?
Deuteronomy, 32 and 39. Let's get that. Because people don't think that the Most High do it. You don't think he will? We about to get a scripture that proves that he will. You got it.
If I may, before I read this, I give gratitude to the Most High in Christ for allowing me to come home.
Hey, damn right.
If that makes any sense.
Damn right. Yeah, absolutely. I thank the Lord that he opened my eyes to this, because he didn't have to. It could have been, more time before I found this truth. It could have been 10 years from now if the Lord ain't back. It could have been, I could have had to wait 10 more years living in sin, not knowing what my heritage was. Because it's black people and Hispanic people. We be downtown prophesying on the corner, and they'll walk past us like they never saw us. They're ashamed of us. They're ashamed because we angry black men standing on the corner. They're like, look, these people are black people. Look at us like they wish we would die. They have the impression that like you're angering the slave master. Stop it. You making black people look bad by up here saying that. That's how black people look at us, instead of saying, man, them brothers is right. Them brothers is speaking the truth. We need to get down with them brothers. How can we start building our nation? What we got to do? How can I sign up? That's what it should be like. You should see these niggas on the corner speaking the truth and say, what do I have to do to get down? So like you said, I thank the Lord, man, that he chose me, because he didn't have to. So let's get that scripture, 32 and 39.
Okay. 32 and 39? Or 32 and 9?
32 and 39.
Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me.
What is the Most High saying right there?
That there's no other God.
He's saying it's me. It's like he like showboating, so to speak. He like, look, it's me, son, and it's only me, and ain't nobody else with me. That's what he's saying. He's saying I am the Most High, and there is no other God with me. It's only me. I'm the only God. He's stunting.
In better words.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. And there is no other God with me. I kill.
He what?
I kill.
What?
I kill.
He says, I kill. You Christians, you don't believe that you believe that God is, if God is all love, read that part again. What?
Read from top.
Nope.
Okay. I kill.
The Lord says he kills. Keep going.
And I make alive.
He can also make you alive. You see them people often cure, miraculous cures and, get up out of a bed that they've been in for 6 months and, come out of comas. The Lord had a plan for them for whatever reason. It's not for man to know, but the Lord has plans for people. He used people like it was the devil that came over here and cussed out one of the brothers, I.S.U.K. You seen that on Facebook? Yeah, she came over the next day and apologized. I wouldn't be surprised if she dropped off some of that, dropped off some food. It would behoove her. It behoove her to come over and drop off some food for the prophets and for the school, so we can have some, and so we can give it to people as they walk up and down 10th Street as they're destroyed. You know what I mean? So he uses people. He says, I kill, I make alive. The Lord is in charge of all this, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That Esau think that he in charge of, earth, and he got all these grandiose plans and quarantining everybody, and trying to shut down this and trying to do that. All that's fine and dandy, but when the Lord is ready to step in, this whole world is going to change. The whole entire world is going to change. Keep going.
I would
wound. I wound.
I wound. And I heal.
He said, I wound and I heal. You can definitely be wounded. The Most High will punish you. You wonder why you got, this, some kind of ailment. The Lord allowed that to happen. That's the thing. The good things that happen to you is because the Lord wanted to happen. The bad things that happen to you is because the Lord wanted to happen. That's what Christians have to get through their mind. Read, keep going.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Can't nobody deliver you out of the Lord's hands. That's what I said. You can put on all the Purell you want. You can build you a mountain of Purell and keep your hands dipped in. You can put your hands. This is what you can do. You can get some baggies and you can pour Purell in them baggies, and then you can stick your hands in the baggies and have somebody tie around there and never touch nothing. You can live in a damn bottle of Purell if you want to, and you will still get the coronavirus if the Lord wants you to.
What is Purell?
Hand sanitizer.
Okay.
Hand sanitizer. Read that last part again. Neither. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ. That's my man right there. My spade partner on the road.
Shalom.
Keep going.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
You think you can put on enough hand sanitizer to stop the coronavirus? The Lord is the baddest hitman. You never find a hitman more. Listen, if he send them hitters after you, it don't matter what you do. This is what Christians got to know, man. Christians got to understand that the Lord kills, the Lord makes alive, the Lord wounds, the Lord heals. There's no other God with him, and nobody can deliver you out of his hand. People worried about getting on planes. You better be worried about being reincarnated with one arm. You better worry about being reincarnated into a family where your father molested you. You better worry about getting shot on the block by Pookie because he owe you, because you shot his cousin. The Lord can put all that into place and make it happen. You understand?
Fine.
All right. All right. Now we good. Let's go back to Genesis. Genesis 50 is where we were. Genesis 50 and
50 in chapter 3.
All right, go ahead.
Genesis chapter 50, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
In the 40th days, right?
In 40 days, yep.
In the 40th days were
Fulfilled.
fulfilled for him. For so are fulfilled the days of those which are in bond. And the Egyptians mourned for him three score and 10 days.
Right. So 3 score is 20 and 10. So 30 days. 3 score is 20. Let me make sure. Pretty sure that's 20. 3 score is 20 days. Is it 60 days? Hold on a second. 3 score. 3 score. 60. Salaki. 60 days. So they mourn for him 70 days total. All right. So any more questions? Because we're not going to continue on that, but I'll get a couple more questions before we close it out.
Okay.
Any questions, not necessarily pertaining to Joseph and his story, but pertaining to any questions that you had?
Oh no, I just no.
You sure?
I'll just wait. Oh yeah, class. What I want to discuss will be after class.
You want to discuss something after class?
Like 3 scores, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know what that meant. So you just told me, and it made me think about how I don't know what Bible verses is. That's when I asked you after class. What Bible verse are you going to ask you now? What Bible verse is where Most High in Christ acknowledges that his thoughts are higher than ours, and his ways are higher than ours, and all that?
You need that scripture?
Yes.
Oh, your ways are not my ways. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
So this is what I normally do, and this will help. If you can get a piece of the word or a phrase, then you can type it into Google, and then after you type the phrase that you know, type KJV or King James Version, and it'll give you a list of scriptures. So this is what I'm putting in. I'm saying your ways or my ways. That's what I'm gonna type in Google. My ways are not your ways. And then I put KJV after it, and it comes up with Isaiah 55:8. That looks like the one. So I'm gonna go there.
You said 55:8.
55:8. You can read it when you got it.
Isaiah 55:8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
Right. The Most High don't think like we think. Like we think about us mainly. We think about us, and we might if we love our family, we might think about our immediate family. Sometimes you even give thought to your extended family. Rarely do Black people think about Black people as a nation. Like usually you got to be mad. When you see a police officer shoot somebody down in the streets, a Black man, like, man, Black people just can't catch a break. You know what I mean? So rarely do you think about, Black people as a whole nation. The Lord thinks about us all the time. We're his favorite people. Like your thoughts is not like the thoughts of the Most High. You don't think about, whatever you think about. You don't think about, getting off work and going to the grocery store. He don't have to worry about none of that. All he worried about is us getting in line. You know what I mean? Following what he says to do. He'll put the earth back in place as soon as we get in place. This is a small thing. It's a small thing for the God of Israel, the creator of heaven and earth, to put the world where it needs to be. He just seeing this stiff-necked people down here like, man, y'all just not gonna get right. You know what I mean? So keep going.
Neither are your ways my ways.
Right. Your ways, our ways are mostly sin. Our ways is what can we do to get by? What can we do to please ourselves? What kind of lust can we indulge in to be happy? That's all we want to be, is happy. And be so happy all the time. It don't matter what the consequences are. We shoot another nigga on the block, so we happy. You know, we'll knock off a sister for a one night stand and not care if she get pregnant because we happy. You know, a sister will go on board her baby so she can be happy, so she don't have to get up in the middle of the night, not giving a damn about the baby. We'll go smoke weed so we can be happy, so we can forget about the troubles of life, so we can be high all day and all the time. Most high ways are not our ways. Keep going.
Saith the Lord.
Yeah.
For as the heavens
No,
are.
that's pretty much it on that.
Okay.
You had any more questions on anything?
No, teach.
No sweat. All right. So, if you don't have any more questions, all right. Imagine, which means all right, we're gonna do the prayers. Wapanya Hakwadam means turn and face the east. You're good because you're already facing the east. All right, we're gonna do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayat,
Shemka,
Shekam,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakwaka,
Malakoka,
Taba'ah,
the Ablaka,
Ratazayaka,
Ratazayaka,
Hayah,
Hayat,
I.S.U.P.K,
Hashat,
Baratazar,
Barasata,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Hayah,
Hayat,
Bashamayim, Bashamayim,
Bashayam,
Nathan Lanawa,
Latalatayam,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Cow,
Cow,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalakanawa.
La was
That's fine. Just try it best you can, brother.
La wasaka la waska la
Kabawakinawa,
wala kamium
Kasalakanawa,
kawala kaslium
Kabawakinawa,
kalawala lafium
Wala
wala
Tabayanawa,
balalayam
Banasaya 1,
balasayawan
Abal,
above
Hawashayanawa,
hawshawayana
Mayan,
mayan
Rai,
rai
Kaya,
kayat
Laka,
lakat
Hamalakwa,
halakawal
Waha'ala,
wala kala.
Wadapara,
Say again.
Wadapara,
Wala para
Wa'ai
war like Israel.
Aman.
Amen.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh. Thy kingdom come.
Thy
will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. The prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Bahashem. Yahweh Shai. Baba Koshai. Nathan Lanawa. Haka. La Para'ah. Kal Makala. Wakal Marawa. Haka. La Tahar. Hamatazarayim. Haka. Lahakwim. Hamathim. Haka. Al Rakawath. Atama Allah. Lagarshan. Bahashem. Yahweh Shai. Yeah. How. Washai. The water. Amen. In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please. Give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness.
all matter of sickness,
and all manner of disease.
and all matter of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Pray for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakathai Yahweh.
Barakathai how.
Why Yahushua?
Why Yahushua?
Why Mayaka Allah?
Mawaya Malakachai.
Why Alahayim?
Wala Mayahayam.
Matazabiyah.
Mataya Lazabiam.
Alawap Yahanna.
La Wala Talabiam.
Ha Alawapim.
Hala Wala Talabim.
I Serenium.
I Serenium.
I Quatazayunium.
Haya Karadasim.
I Kayayunium.
Haya Karadium.
Why Quathium?
Why Kalatium?
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem.
By Hashem.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Amen.
Amen.
In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanna.
Commanding General Hannah.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
We're going to do Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Second.
Asha'ah.
Ayashai.
Asha'ah.
Ashai.
Ayanya.
Ayayin.
All.
Haharium.
Ma'ayan.
Mayayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yava'ain.
Isariah.
Azariah.
Ma'ain.
Ma'ain.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha. Shamayam.
Ashayam.
Wa'aratazah.
Aratazayah.
Wa'aratazah.
Aratazar.
Al. Yathan.
Athan.
Lamawat.
Alamawat.
Regalka.
Laraka.
Al.
Yanawam.
Shamarka. Hanaf.
Hanan.
La'ah. Yanawam.
Yalawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'an.
Yayashan. Sharamar. Yasha'ala.
Yasharari.
Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazarka. Al. Yamyaka. Yawamam. Hashamash.
Amashamash.
La'ah.
Lama.
Yakaka.
Lakaka.
Wayarak.
See?
Wayarak.
Yayarak.
Bala Yala.
Vaya.
Yahweh. Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makar. Rai. Yashamar.
Shamar.
Napashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'athka.
Sarathaska.
Wabawa'athka.
See?
Wabawa'athka.
Wabaka Apka.
Mayatha.
Maatha.
Why? I will
alone.
In English. I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up my eyes
unto the hills.
From
whence cometh my help?
With thence comes my help.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help coming from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber
thou shalt not slumber
nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is our keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. Shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth
from this time forward,
and even
forevermore.
All right, we got a long prayer on this one. All right, this is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al.
Al.
Damaya.
Dayam.
Laka.
Laka.
Al.
Al.
Dakarash.
Bakarash.
Wa'al. Wa'al.
Wa'al.
Tashakwa.
Bashakwa.
Al.
Al.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Hana.
Hana.
Awa.
Awa.
Ya.
Ya.
Bayaka.
Bayaka.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al.
Al.
Amaka.
Amaka.
Yaira.
Yaira.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Sawada.
Shawada.
Wayatha.
Wayatha.
Yaitazawa.
Aitariza.
Al.
Al.
Tazawapanka.
Taiwa Savanka.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakidam.
Lawakandam.
Magoya.
Magoya.
Wala'a.
Walada.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham.
Sham.
Baryath.
Baryath.
Yakawathwa.
Yerkaratha.
Alahaya.
That's it.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wa. Yashamai.
Shamai.
Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Mawa'aba.
Malawaya.
Wahagariam. Gabal.
Gabar.
Wa'imawan.
Amayawan.
Wa'imalak.
Wanamalak.
Palashah.
Palashat.
Ain.
Ain.
Labanya.
Labani.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Selah.
Selah.
Aisha.
Ashat.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadian.
Kamayin.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Saraya.
Kayabyan.
Kayamian.
Banaka'al.
Banakanya.
Kayashwan.
Kawashin.
Nishamagwa.
Second.
Nishamagwa.
Nishakawayim.
Bayan.
Bayan.
The Ira.
Ira.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakazaya.
Wakazabat.
Wakazaiba.
Wakatazal.
Kurazar.
Manai.
Manai.
Kal.
Kal.
Nasarakamwa.
Nosakorium.
Alahaya.
Alahayim.
Sharatamwa.
Shadadorium.
Kagogala.
Kagolim.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya.
Lapanya.
Raka.
Rakat.
Ka'ash.
Kaash.
The Ira.
The Ira.
Yaira.
Ira.
Wakalahaba.
Lokoaya.
The Lahat.
Balahai.
Hariyam.
Hariam.
Khan.
Khan.
Taradukma.
Dagagwahu.
Basairika.
Baskaraya.
Wabasa.
Basakaya.
Wapatka.
With Bakaya.
The Bahalam.
Bahayam.
Mala'ah.
Malaya.
Panyaham.
Panhanium.
Kwalawan.
Kalawalium.
Waya.
Waya.
Bakwashwa.
Bakwashi.
Shemka.
Shekam.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Yabashua.
Waya Bahalya.
But what habaya?
Aya.
Aya.
Waya Kapawa. Waya Abadwa.
Awaya Palaya.
Waya Da'aiwa.
Other the wire.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Atha. Shemka.
Shekam.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Labatka.
Labaka.
Al.
Yawan.
Al. Call. Ha Aratazar.
Hatharasia.
In the English. Keep not thou silence.
Keep thy not silence.
O Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not thy still.
O Yahweh.
Yahweh.
O
Yahweh.
Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Make a tumble.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off
from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more, in remembrance. For they have consulted together
for they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles against Edom,
and the Ishmaelites
and the Israelites
of Moab
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal
Gabar,
and Ammon
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants
the inhabitants
of Tyre.
of Tyre.
Assur
Assur
also
also
is joined with them.
is also joined with them.
They have holpen
They have hoping
the children of Lot.
the children of Lot.
Selah.
Selah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the
as
Midianites,
to Sisera,
as sister Sarah,
as to Jabin,
as Jabin,
at the brook of Kasan,
at the brook of Gazan,
which perished at Endor.
which as appears indoor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They has became dumb unto the earth,
Make their nobles
and make their nobles
like a rail,
like a rail,
and like Zael.
and like a Zael.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes
and all their princes
as Zeba
as Zeba
and
and
as
as
Zamuna,
Zamun,
who said,
and said,
who said,
let us
take to ourselves
take to ourselves
the houses
the houses
of Yahweh
of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
O my power,
O my power,
make them like a wheel,
and make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
like a stumble before the wind,
as the fire burneth a wood,
like a fire burns the wood,
and as the flame
and as the flame
setteth the mountains on fire.
and sets the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
And so persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm,
Fill their faces with shame,
and fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
and they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
and make them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
and forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
and let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
thou,
whose name alone,
that they die,
whose name alone
in whose name alone
is Yahweh,
Yahweh
art the most high
aren't the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Sar, which means time. You good. All right, so we're gonna give a salute. All right. And I'm gonna walk you through it. Minute Israel Amam Shabbat. So you do this, legs apart. And then I-Majum is basically attention, right? And Barak, this is Barak, when you place your fist over your heart just like that. And I'm gonna say Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barak Atha. And you say Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barak Atha. All right, Yajimatai, which means put your hands down. And I'm gonna give a courteous salute to the sisters. Minute Israel Amam Shabbat. I-Majum. Barak, Yahweh Shemar Alatha by Shim Yashai. Yajimatai. Sabbath service dismissed.